What is going on, everybody? It's ZachMichael here. Today, I'm going to show you guys how to use ARPs within your melody loops to create movement, to create rhythm, and honestly to make making melodies a lot simpler, because ARPs are kind of a cheat code for creating melodies. Now, tons of hit records over the years have used ARPs, and we're going to be using some of my ARPs from Diva. Diva is a VST where I design sounds and I sell them on my site, and we are going to use some of those today. Now, we're not only going to use ARPs because you don't really most of the time layer multiple ARPs. You can occasionally, but we're just going to kind of run through some of these. Just see how they sound. This one here is one of my favorites. We might start with that. And I already set it to 133 BPM. And so we're just going to kind of lay down a really basic chord progression. Then we're going to duplicate that and pitch this down 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're wondering how I got this chord, basically here's your normal triad in C major, C, E, G. I removed the E because I want to create it a little bit simpler, because if there's too many notes within this ARP, it kind of just has to jump around to too many notes. And then I just take the bass note, pitch it down an octave. We're just going to kind of run through different ARPs here. Like this one's kind of fire too. Maybe we'll use that. Just going to EQ some of the lows out. That's pretty dope. Next thing we're going to do is load up Omnisphere. I'm going to try to find like a synth bass or something along those lines. And then we're just going to continue to build this out. But as you can see, like using an ARP is really simple. Like that MIDI is very, very simple. And just using an ARP, which there's tons of ARPs built into VSTs. Omnisphere has tons of different VSTs have built-in ARPs. And there's tons of people within the producer community who also make packs for VSTs. And a lot of those have ARPs in them, including some of my own. But we're going to try to find a synth bass here. So let's just kind of find something that sounds good. Create a little simple pattern like that. Nothing too crazy, but sounds good. Now we're going to open up Arcade, and we're going to try to find like another kind of layer within Arcade that we can use. Now this is an A minor, so that's what key we're already in. And we're just going to kind of run through a pack here. We're going to try to pick one. Maybe Chopped will have something. I don't know. I want something synthy, so we're going to click Synth and just start downloading a bunch of these. Put it to A minor. This could work. Just kind of create a pattern with it. Very simple. So we're going to see what we have built in here. We have a delay, a lo-fi chorus, a verb, character. We're going to turn up the delay a bit, I think. Let's kind of just solo this out. Lo-fi chorus, kind of like Big crushes it. I actually like how that sounds. So we're going to go ahead and let that happen to it. Let's maybe boost the highs even a little bit more. Actually, maybe not boost the highs, maybe boost the lows a bit. Just a tiny little bit, nothing too crazy. And let's just add a little fruity reverb. Sounds pretty good. Now next, we're gonna load up Electra X and try to find a sound that we can layer with those chords. Here, we're just gonna try to find like a synth or something probably. maybe something like that. This sound here, a little more focused on the left. I kind of want to pan it a little bit so it's more centered, as opposed to being super panned to the left. I think it comes out of the bank. And we might want to boost some of the highs. And just like that, we kind of have a pretty solid mix because we kind of mixed as we went along. And the only thing I kind of want to toy with is having maybe a pitched up octave section of the actual ARP. So let's just go ahead and kind of render out every one of these sections here. And as you can see, like the ARP very much so creates kind of the main rhythm and melody almost for this whole loop. And again, it's really just very basic chords doing that because the rest of the melodic and rhythmic stuff is decided within the ARP. Now you can actually tweak that stuff. So if you want to get a bit more complex besides just using the ARPs as they come right out of the VST, you can kind of learn how to control the parameters within the actual ARP, which I do recommend learning that if you plan on using ARPs a lot, just because it will really help you with having a lot more like creative control over what you do. And just like that, we kind of have the arrangement here. Pretty simple. But every VST is a little different as far as like how to actually affect and change the ARP. So that's gonna be something you're gonna kind of have to Google per VST basis. But that's how I go ahead and create melodies using ARPs. So if you guys enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, check out TheZachMichael.net. Thanks for watching. Head on over to ElizabethRecords.net if you'd like to support me. You can purchase VST expansion banks, drum kits, loop kits, and MIDI kits that'll level up your production there.